Hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. All right, guys. Short week, and sorry for a late recap video today, but I really wanted to get it out because big day today. Big day. Very important concepts to cover. Big red day, but all of our concepts that I teach you again and again, if you follow those concepts, today was a big, huge day. It was a huge day for our community, and if you follow my teachings on your longs, your swings, you would have been able to manage the risk. Even if you're long bias trader with the 10 a.m. concept, VIX concept, sell the news concept, all these concepts, I'm going to talk about and teach you today, which I have talked about in before as well. Anyways, before we start, talk about this huge day. Red days. There's somebody in the community who said that never could say that a red day is a great day, and it's a red day is a great day for us in the community. If you follow my teachings, right, you just need to start shorting and buying puts when market is going down. So we'll cover all that. Let's start with a quick introduction. So all these recaps, all these teachings, guys, everything is either from Twitter, X, my previous YouTube videos, or anything I post. Mostly I post in my community. We trade a repeatable system. My repeatable system, thousands of traders across the world use this system. Thousands of traders use Ripster EMA Cloud indicator and my full suite of indicator, which is free for anybody to use. And we have a repeatable setups. We do not trade anything random. We always trade same number of repeatable setups. System gives those setups, and we trade them again and again, and that's what I show you. And we trade the markets based upon what personality market gives us. We are a trend trader. We do not look for the bottom. We look for the trend, and we trade the trend. Today was a bearish trend. So every morning, me and my team, we create a game plan for the day based upon the news, earnings, upgrades, downgrades, the focus, IPO. So this was a game plan for today. Bunch of news. There was actually a lot of news going around. But when the market started to give us those beautiful moves, we didn't really need to focus too much on the news plays because market was just when it's market doing something, then it becomes market plays, which are index stocks like NVIDIA, Meta, Tesla, Apple, those kind of names. Those names become really nice. So today we focused on those. But anyways, we have planned for those as well. We have our daily levels. You can pause the screen and see how all these levels worked out. And we use support and resistance pivots with EMA clouds to figure out if it's a long, if you're short, we should buy calls or we should buy puts. So these are the levels we give every day. Then we also have our crypto watch. These were the levels for coin and MSTR. We will look at that, how these levels panned out for if you wanted to short coin and MSTR in the community today. In addition to that, we also have something called a day 2 day 3 strategy, which is one of my repeatable strategy. We will talk about that. Some of the day 2 setups were working, but then market puked, so they did not work. Micron day 2 was it was working, but then market came back and it turned out to be a loser. PLTR was a huge winner on the day 2 short recap. We'll talk about that as well. All right, so I'm usually on voice first few hours of the market open. If market is hot or something going on like today, I'm usually on voice for most of the day. We are not an alert service, but we do try to share trade ideas, and I try to guide step by step. And in our community, when our winners, we try to hold for a big winners, and we try to cut losers quick based on a system. We change the bias. We can be long, but then we go short based upon our trading system. So yeah, and we have a bunch of scanners in the community options. We have 4, 5, 6 option scanners today. The option scanner was just amazing, helped us with a lot of flow today. So we have flow. So NVIDIA, there was this lot of flows. Flow helped us today, right? But flow is secondary, but definitely helps with when you're trying to go long or short on the market. So we have 3, 4 free scanners. We have option scanners with breaking news alerts, noise, news quacks, breaking news alert feed. And we have thousands of traders on our trading floor all day sharing trade ideas and helping each other find those trading opportunities. And yeah, that's about it. So let's start. Let's start with all the recaps for today. All right, let's start with the market today. Okay, so what was happening in the market? There was some key data that coming in at 10 a.m. But let's see. Let's look at a bigger picture on SPY here. What's going on? So I always teach. Today I was telling everybody in the community that market has a personality, right? Market has different personalities. If you watch the movie Split, it has a multiple personality disorder. Same as market. Every day, if you trade everyday markets, market has a set of personalities. Someday it's a long trend, someday it's a bearish trend, someday it's a chop, someday it's a push and a midday chop, and someday it's pullback and midday chop, and some days it just goes crazy, up and down and no trend or even a wacky chop, or some days it doesn't even move. So you need to know those personalities. Some days it's inside day or outside day, so all those kinds of things. I always tell you, when something is moving outside of yesterday's candle, that becomes a trend, right? And the concepts I teach you again is VIX. First of all, VIX. That's why I give you VIX levels every day. If you're a SPY QQQ trader, you will not find a better education than what I provide you, hands down, because I have thousands of time-stamped before, after, and real-time guidance that I show you how everything works. I even did a 2.5-hour free webinars, Trade SPY QQQ Living, and you can expand this to ES and NQ futures as well. It's the same thing. Let's see here. I can put it there as well. So let's just talk about, hold on, what's going on here? So let's see here. Okay, yeah, right. So you could, we'll talk about these MTF clouds and all that here on SPY, and then we'll talk about VIX as well. So let's see, what was our plan? So our plan was simple. If VIX today pushes over those levels, let's look at the levels on VIX here. The levels were, initially the levels were 1650. Let's go back, see our daily levels. The levels were 1635, 1665, right? So those were our two levels. That over that market becomes bearish, right? And of course, NVIDIA sell-off also helped with more sell-off on the market. But let's see what was happening. Initially, let's see my timestamp guidance, and I was on the voice when I was guiding everyone on that. So QQQ rejected right away, and right away I said no long, it's bearish. SPY was rejecting, and then came, we were rejecting, but we were choppy, right? We were choppy. But then came our 10 a.m. concept. And of course, 10 a.m. we had a data. We always have a data on 10 a.m. That's why 10 a.m. is an important time. Sometimes there is even no data. Still, you see this 10 a.m. concept. You can go to Ripster Education, and you can go there, and you can go to the 10 a.m. trading concept that will teach you a lot of my 10 a.m. concept, which has helped a lot of traders learn a lot. There's a lot of examples even now. There's past examples, and you will learn there. Anyways, so when it was even before 10 a.m., I told everybody 10 a.m. trend is coming, be cautious. And as soon as 10 a.m. came, boom, right? The next candle, boom, breaking a bear flag, and that's where I told everybody it's a short. Tape was also short in the community, and not just the market. Look at the VIX. VIX is breaking out at 10 a.m. out of the 17 pivot. VIX is breaking out of the MTF clouds. It's bullish, so no brainer. Just take the short. Don't even worry about it too much, and do not hesitate. And you had to take that 512 break short or 3450 short, and then we flush into yesterday lows. If the first target, then we break the 1 hour MTF close, then the second MTF target, first MTF and the second MTF target. You literally made, even if you had $1,000 worth of puts, you literally made 3-4 grand by, all day. And there's all day short. It never bounced. Ripster clouds, bearish labels, all day short. All you had to do was take an entry here, and do not hesitate. Like I have shown you in so many of previous videos. Same thing again and again and again, how to make money and profits on a red day and avoiding big losers. You can see all timestamp guidance here. You can pause the screen, look at my SPY QQQ levels, 523.85, 595. This area, this one's 595 was gone. That's it. This level was gone. Bear flag. That's it, right? So 3 concepts: VIX strategy, check, helping the short. 10 a.m. concept, check, helping with the short. right? And then our MTF clouds check, helping with the short. Of course, like I cover, you have to look at the individual names. If Apple is heavy, Nvidia is heavy, market is literally a short, nothing else. Once everything starts to go down, it becomes a beautiful short. So use that 10 name concept. And same thing was true for futures as well. If you look at the futures, you can see that NQ bear flag breakdown under the bearish cloud. Ripster clouds are telling you it's bearish. You short it, it breaks the MTF cloud on the futures, you hold the short. That was a lot of points on NQ. And same for ES. We break the MTF clouds 1 hour, you hold it, unless it curls. That was literally more than 35, 40 points on ES futures as well. So my friends, that's how you trade it. That's how we do it. I am going to do a detailed webinar on ES and NQ futures as well, and probably will create a channel in our community on the futures. But you can short SPY, you can short QQQ, you can long the leverage bearish ETFs, and you can make profit, and you can sit on the hands on the choppy day. Days like today, you have to act. You need to. If you are an active trader, even if you are long, you could hedge with buying the puts, make some profit there, but you need to be able to trade the market to the downside on the red days. That's how so many traders in the community are doing doing so good. If you can see that lot of traders in the community had amazing day. If you see what Yeti was saying, first time he could say that a red day is beautiful because of this, right? Spider studied the SPY VIX strategy yesterday, which is free. You don't have to be part of the community. You can still learn. But of course, I have some webinars there, and he learned the strategy and nailed it this morning in the community, right? Suman learned and he killed the SPY VIX strategy, right? And Danny has helped having in winning trades. So it's just the 4 people here. You have thousands of people talking about this on my free website as well. The point is the concepts. So learn about this concept. If you know somebody who's trading other places who is struggling, tell them to study what I teach, and they will have success, especially if you're trading the markets every day or you're trading the futures. Let's go to the next one. All right, so now we're going to look at a little bit here on other 10 AM shorts. Let's look at Apple. So you see that Apple was kind of holding up, right? Initially holding up, but then it broke 512s, rejected the MTF clouds. You can see that. So that becomes a short. But look here at Amazon. Right, Amazon was a short right away. With the market and with that 10 AM bear flag breakdown. It was a beautiful short. So many traders were short on Amazon in the community today. So literally, when market is heavy, guys, you can literally short anything which is not showing strength. So those were 2 great examples. Amazon and Apple was beautiful shorts. Let's look at the next one. All right, next one we're going to look at is AVGO. So AVGO was a short as well with the market while we were in QQQs. I also told everybody to short AVGO. Reason being, market is heavy. Semiconductors are selling off because NVIDIA sell the news, which we'll cover next. And AVGO is breaking 1 hour MTF clouds. Beautiful move. If you want to look at short from 236, 235, all the way to 228. I told the short at 935, and then I guided all the way to the downside and made sure people covered it right here. Because if you look at the options on the AVGO, if you just want to look at 230, 250 puts, right? So right at the open, those puts literally ran from like $3 to $6. Was easy 100% trade. If you got in early, then it was even better trade for that, and almost 7-8 per share profit if you traded the shares. All right, guys, now we're going to talk about NVIDIA sell the news. So this concept I have covered many times. If you're my long-time follower, you probably studied these concepts that I teach again and again. So you see, I was even talking about sell the news yesterday. We were long yesterday, as you can see from the yesterday's recap. But when you see here, when I mentioned that watch out, sell the news action tomorrow. If we cannot hold 150, it's all about 150. And we were ready for that yesterday. And same thing I mentioned on the voice when I was in the morning, when I get on the voice 5 minutes or 7-8 minutes before the market open. It was at all-time highs, bullish to neutral. reason I was bullish to neutral to start the day was because Nvidia was over the clouds, right? That's why I was bullish to neutral. But as soon as the market opened, let's look here if you can see that what I said here. Let me find out here one sec. All right, I can show you here. It's easier. So you see that once in NVIDIA, I was break that cloud. You can clearly see the levels I gave, right? We had that 150, 160. Of course, we had 150 as a big level as well. We had this 3450. Once it breaks here, I know it's not good. And once it breaks 3450, I know it's not good. Right away, I said profit taking short. I gave the stops of 150, 350. When I say versus, that means it's a stop of 150, 350. Short target first was 150. Once it started to move, I told everybody to lower their stops to 152. And then I said cover half and around 149 area, and then we waited for our 10 a.m. trade. Okay, let's see. And not only that, there was a lot of flow, right? That's how we use that flow. Some of these 140 puts on Nvidia today, if you look at those 140 puts, they came in, they went 400%, right? They were like 50 cents, they went to $3. Even if you traded a little bit, they were great. I was mostly talking about because I don't try to teach going too far in the money, so I was mostly talking about the 150 puts, and even those ran from $3 to $9. That's pretty good gain, or $2 to $9, 300%. So anyways, and how did we do that? How were we trading that? Because I always teach, right? So this is what there was another trader in community who was telling me that he is green this year, because I always teach about holding, hold it, and hold it. So he started to hold his trades, and he's green. He has a very profitable years, or since joining the community. Of course, I teach all this been free on YouTube, elsewhere as well. So it really helps. I feel really good about it when I listen to that, because that's the way to grow your account, right? So anyways, we met our first target on Nvidia, 150%, 150 puts. I right away at 10 a.m. I told everybody, low, roll further with the profit, roll further with the profit, hold the rolls, buy the further puts. If you were in 150 puts, throw profit into 145s, right? I gave next target 143, 142. The final target I gave 141. And where did we see that? We bounced from 140, 47. We covered it. We tried to curl play this, curl failed. We got a break even, but it finally did hit our 140. We used Bookmap to see those levels as well. So anyways, guys, you've seen that, you might see on the Twitter as well. I guided, I've been talking about sell the news all day. And you can see that how we managed the trade and how we did it, because market was heavy. And nothing is too low. If you look at the daily chart, nothing is too low, right? You look at this candle. NVIDIA has never made this kind of candle in a long time. NVIDIA was trading at 220% its ATR, and that's when the options make so much money, because that's when the move happens, not when the small move happens, right? So a few things, guys. So Nvidia has been running into this event last 3 days, big move, 135 to 153. So everybody is waiting for this breakout over the all-time highs, and everybody's loading up, and a lot of people are gambling overnight. But guess what? If the stock is not pushing to make an all-time high, then everybody who was loaded into this event starts selling. It's a chain reaction. Start selling, and the stock rejects the all-time high. And just like I told everyone that, so this is why I already knew this could happen. Then how the confidence comes that we can go more lower? Look at this. This is a double top on the all-time highs, and we are failing. I talked about the 150 level, and we failed that level as well, right? So that tells you that it's a big sell-off, and you should not be buying. Nobody in my community, or anybody who listens to my YouTube, I hope so, or anybody on Twitter, we are not buying, not touching here, not buying here, not buying here, not buying here. Yes, we tried to do something here, but that too was a defined small risk of $1 D- trade. But imagine you started buying Nvidia here, buying here, buying here, and you're destroyed. Your portfolio with 0 DT is destroyed buying because you don't have the system. So what Ripster Clouds does is not only helps you make profits, but it makes you make sure you doesn't do a stupid trade or doesn't lose too much doing this. Instead, you make a lot of money, right? So even if you shorted $2,000 worth of puts on NVIDIA, you made like 8-10 grand. That's the beauty, right? If you shorted the shares, even if you shorted, let's say 100 shares, a small account, or 200 shares, right? You still made like $2,000 and you risked like $300-400, right? So that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the system. So hopefully you understood the psychology, the concept, the big picture. Sell the news has happened before on Tesla. Sell the news has happened many times on another occasion. Doesn't necessarily has to happen all the time, but back in the mind, always be ready. And this sell the news was really nice because it matched the double top, and then of course some bad data came at 10 a.m. or our 10 a.m. concept, and it ended up being a double A plus short sell the news setup. Thank you. Let's go to the next one. All right, I'm going to go a little faster in the rest of them. I'm just going to show you that MSTR and coin, those we didn't really focus on those too much. I personally didn't, but the traders killed it in the community because they were MSTR and coin was short as well. Bitcoin was down. You know the repeatable system. You can see that VR was on top of it. CMorph was on top of it. A lot of traders were on top of it. Rook was on top of it. Everybody was short on MSTR. Break here shorted. MTF first target, coin breaking the pre-market lows, MTF breaks. You buy the puts, you do not hesitate, guys. That's how you want to make money. You have to follow the system on day like today, right? So a lot of trades today on MSTR. Coin was also nice fade, did not focus because NVIDIA and all other trades gave us so much, but you can see all those levels are provided here in the crypto sheet every day on the coin and MSTR and how it faded. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's look at Tesla. Tesla was very interesting today, and it was very helpful as well. Let's look at Tesla in this window right here. So let's see what we were doing Tesla. We were overnight some, and that was gapping down, but our overnight stop was 402s. Then came then we started to curl, and this is where I gave everybody long on Tesla in the morning. Let me see if I can show you here. So you see that Tesla was long yesterday and today as well. 402 was a risk right away, which is a long. And in the first 20 minutes, we pushed nicely. I gave the target of 414. So we did hit our 414 target, right? We did hit. So you log some and then you move your stops at 406. Let's say you have 100 shares, or let's see how much the options moved. I usually trade shares, but we can look at how those, maybe we can look at 400 calls, how they were moving at the open, right? So those 400 calls at the open, let's see here. So 400 calls moved from this 820 all the way to 1150, a little bit trade there. Let's look here at Tesla. It moved from nicely 404s. That's where we were entry here, and moved to 414s. Was not a bad trade, for $11 per share of profit, but we knew 10 a.m. is coming. So I did tell everybody 10 a.m. is coming. So we need to be careful, but we will hold. We'll see what 10 a.m. brings, because we were already green and our stops were 406. Our stops hit, and the swing stops hit at 402 from yesterday ads. We exited there, and then it became a short. It's as simple as that. No questions asked. We never ask questions. And also there was a bearish flow started to come in. We do not ask questions. We get short right away. And I told them everybody's short. I gave 395 target. Then I gave 390 target, and we hit 395. And then we almost hit 390. Actually, we hit 390 end of the day, but that's fine. But that was a nice short for like a $10 fade. You exit longs, you turn short. You exit calls, you buy puts. You know your risk. Market is selling off. SPY is heavy. QQQ heavy. No question asked. So that's how you do it. Let's go to the next one. Here's your timestamp guidance, by the way, and it was also on our pre-market game plan. You can see that bearish to neutral, no long under 402. I gave that planning in the pre-market, so that was that. So we look at few other names. I mean, there was Uber and bunch of other names. I was fully focused on the market, going because one trade is all you need. But there's still some good setups here. RGV guided through some good setups. Our senior traders, level 1 level traders, were also on top of a lot of these other trades, which were really, really nice. Look here at Uber. So Uber was gapping up long versus daily MTF clouds. But once the daily MTF breaks down, market is heavy, it became a short, and it was a short from the one MTF to the other MTF. So that was a really nice there on Uber as well. RGV was on Uber there. Let's look at next one. Let's now look at few of our losing trades, and I'm going to show you that how we keep our losers pretty small. So Micron was a long at the open. It was our day 2 long, day 2 repeatable setup, and had some good news as well. Long versus 150, that was the plan. When I saw it turning bullish, I told everybody it's a long. But then, of course, right, the 10 a.m. trend comes, the market becomes bearish. You have to cut, stop, take a loss, and move on. So that was a loser. It kept on bouncing, but from here, but it was not worth it when the whole market is tanking. I rather leave it. Yes, you could scalp this bounce scalp from 103, 105 because there was 1, 2, 3, 4. You clearly see a support here, but we were looking for the morning breakout long, which clearly did not work, and that's fine. We managed well. We know that market is not working out. Market is bearish, so you need to make a judgment call to get out of the longs. So other loser today was Google. Google was breaking out at a big level. There was a lot of flow coming in. Actually, Google was profitable for many traders because many traders started early, and on the voice I mentioned early. But then I mentioned the 200 breakout trade, which kind of didn't work. And again, we know 10 a.m. is coming, right? But it was kind of profitable for us, but I was looking for a 20150 on Google. And then 10 a.m. came and we stopped out. Not a huge loss, but definitely you have to start making a judgment call to get out. So clearly see the pre-market, a lot of these technicals, we know that if market is heavy, you have to make a judgment call. We look for the pullback and bounce if market is strong. We know VIX is going, spike, QQQ is selling off. So you have to start making a judgment call and start thinking about getting out because of the bearish market. Even if you did not get out here or here, you would have still lost a lot of money here. And then if you didn't get out, you should have got out on the bounce because market was heavy. And once we were under the yesterday's lows, there's no reason of staying intact there. Let's look at another similar long trade which was working when the market pulled back. We had to get out. CVNA was long from the morning game plan. Let's see here. So CVNA was long if clouds hold from 200. That was the resistance. You can see that, and pre-market planning, and it was a long right away. I was mentioned on the voice, was going nicely, hit 206, was very nice, and then 10 a.m. come and we had to stop out. Luckily, we had a better entry on that in the morning, so it was not that bad of a loss, or it was basically a scratch. But you can understand what market is doing, right? If market was hot, CVNA would have gone, it would gone to 210. But understanding the market and tracking the market is very important to trade these setup, guys. It is very important to understand this and trade these setups. Let's go to the next one. So there were some other decent trades today. SSTK. So SSTK didn't work initially, but it started to work later in the day. So SSTK was gapping up. In the watch list, the plan on SSTK was, let's see here, Getty images merging with SSTK, gap fill under 38 and long over it. So it pulled under 38, flushed to 34, bounced again. When it was bouncing, I said do not short it, but then it gave some more bounces later in the day, right? If you could short it again, risking 38, and then it gave a nice little fade all day, right? Not really great when it was chopping around this range, because it's easy to lose money trying to short here, getting out here, unless of course you short right here and then you don't get out and fade it. But that's why you do not short closer to the clouds, you short on the pops. There was another one that was UNF. So once UNF was trying, it was on our game plan. You can see there was, let's see here, where is it? Let me see where I had it. Yeah, right here. Right, Cintas takeoff or offer turned down by UNF, 225 support, 240, neutral to bullish bias. But when I saw the heaviness under 225, right when it gave under 225, that became bearish. Then I noticed the 512 breaks, and then I told everybody that it's a 512, it's a gap fill short, and from 218 all the way to 197, that was a monster. Even if you had 100 shares, risking $5, you could easily make like 200 15 20 points there, right? Even with the 200 shares, you could easily make 3-4 grand. So that was a beautiful trade on UNF in the community as well. You can see how beautiful the fade was on UNF. All right, let's look at some few of other names there. Snow was a nice fade. Let's look at what was on the game plan on Snow. Snow was bullish bias versus 168, gap fill under. Right, so Snow was a bullish bias and gap fill under, and you see that when market is heavy, 10 a.m. bear flag break, this is your gap fill. You take a short on Snow, and your first target is MTF clouds, and then look at that monster fade. There's no reason to cover Snow, right? Like I said, I was busy in a bunch of other trades, but there was no reason to cover Snow when you are short like that. So another monster short for the community today was PLTR. I was personally focused too much on NVIDIA, but I'm so proud of my community, which kind of literally nailed PLTR today. It was just a beautiful short on the day to set up. I trade, Matt, Booty, Cole, Art Trade, such amazing traders, so fortunate to have such a great family of traders in the community, helping us find these opportunities and financial freedom with so much repeatable setups day in day and to trade. Guys, if you really commit, you can be successful. Like look at what Jaswinder talked about today in the community. I will show you many other stories as well, but Jaswinder had his first green year in last 4 years and 3 years, and his first completed 1 year with the community, right? So many stories like that, but it's very amazing to hear that, because we trade these repeatable setups, guys. And look at this PLTR fade. So much opportunity, but you need to hold. Only then you will have a substantial growth, especially if you are day trading and if you are actively managing. Keep 2 accounts to trade, one for day trade, one for swing trade in the bullish trend, and day trade all the time, and swing trade with 70% of the account and day trade with 30% of the account. All right, guys, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.